Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
Police looking for a hot-footed driver who slammed into a local family's home, then ran off, leaving the damage and destruction behind.
The San Antonio police say a man lost control of his sedan, didn't just hit a house, he plowed right into it. No one was hurt, fortunately.
Katrina Weber with the family sent into a panic in the middle of the night and why they were forced to leave those ruins behind.
A four-wheeled wake-up call sent the Shahid family into a panic. In the middle of the night, they suddenly found a car in the middle of their home, not far from the UTSA main campus. They had just been awakened by the sound of the loud crash.
I just ran towards the kids' room. I grabbed the kids. They were got up and crying.
As smoke filled the home on Baldwin Ridge, Mohammed Shahid tried to get everyone out, but he soon realized he couldn't.
There's a car on my stairway, so I cannot go down because there's a car,
San Antonio firefighters with ladders came to the rescue, helping everyone out through a second-floor window.
We were shocked. My wife was scared, like she's crying. My kids were scared. They are young. They don't know what's going on.
Police got to work trying to figure it out and find the man who was behind the wheel. They believe he hit the home around 3:15 this morning after missing a curve, then used his feet to get away. Luckily, no one was hurt. The home was boarded up by daylight, and it was clear no one was going back there soon. You can tell from all this debris outside that the damage inside has to be extensive. This looks like part of the wall, even a curtain rod there. The family says until they get this all sorted out, they'll be able to stay with relatives. If and when police find the driver, he may have to pay, not only for the damage, but also with his freedom. He'll face criminal charges. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
No, just a few hours ago, a man charged with capital murder was given a plea deal, 35-year sentence for a lesser charge of murder.
Noah McGarry was only 19 when he was arrested and charged with shooting and killing 20-year-old Hector Chavera back in 2021. That was near Fair Oaks Ranch. Earlier this week, the judge on the case ordered attorneys to either reach a plea deal or the judge said that she was going to go ahead and set a trial date.
McGarry has to serve half of that 35-year sentence before he is eligible for parole. Coming up later this afternoon, emotional reaction from sentencing from Chavera's mom and cousin who faced McGarry in the courtroom.
Take a look outside with live cam. Another pretty day. And you know what? Still lovely to be outside this morning.
It's the third day in a row this week that has been just fantastic. We're enjoying some of this really, really nice weather. Now, I will tell you, after today, things start to warm up a little bit, starts to feel a little bit more like summer. But we do get at least some drier air by the end of the week, too. So let's look at some of the weather headlines here. The last chilly morning for a while, we say goodbye to those cool jacket-like mornings. And then as we head into Friday and Saturday, we could potentially be looking at some record heat. I know that's not what you want to hear, but at least it's only for a couple of days. And as I mentioned, it'll be more of a dry heat at least. And then we'll be watching what goes on in the Pacific. Norma has formed out in the Pacific. Could it have an impact on our weather? I think it could, with some rain chances by next week. So that's what we'll be watching in the meantime. Beautiful blue skies. 73 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 50. A couple things to point out here. This number is on the rise. Dew points are starting to climb, and we've got a southerly wind at 11 miles per hour, so it stands to reason. We'll see a little bit more moisture by tomorrow morning, and that could lead to a little bit of patchy fog. In the meantime, we're up to 83 degrees today. That's our high temperature. Sunny skies most of the day. Then we'll dip back into the 60s tonight. Again, not near as cold tomorrow morning. And then we'll watch for some of those really hot temperatures. More on that forecast for you here in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. New details this noon. Police looking for a third party of a love triangle who hit a man with a truck on the northwest side last night. Officers tell us that the victim and another person were standing in a parking lot in the Westover Hills area when the suspect confronted them. Police say the suspect in a relationship with one of those people. At some point, the suspect got into a truck and rammed into a man before then taking off. So far, police are still looking for that driver.
And this noon, police still searching for the person who shot a man overnight. The victim sitting in front of his apartment. It happened just after 1 this morning in the 100 block of Deschantel Road on the northwest side near Fredericksburg Road. SAPD says the man was in the patio area in front of the apartments when someone driving a dark colored sedan pulled up and started shooting. The man was hit in the head and taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police still searching for that suspect.
Another man recovering. A drive-by shooter is being sought as well for a spray of gunfire on Cola Street on the city's east side. San Antonio police say that the man was walking into his house from his car. Someone drove by and opened fire. The man was hit in his thumb. His car took a few bullets, too. That man treated at the scene. He is expected to be okay, and there's no information so far on that shooter.
A dog whose owner allowed him to attack and bite a man in the neck last month has been euthanized. Animal Care Services confirmed the dog was humanely put down this past Monday. This is just one of several dog attacks KSAT has covered in the recent months. This one happened near the intersection of North Colorado and West Martin. SAPD says Marcus Davila, quote, intentionally allowed his large dog to attack the victim. It happened back on September 21st. That victim suffered serious injuries that required multiple surgeries. Davila facing charges in the attack and is out on bond awaiting indictments.
Controversy in the Israeli-Hamas war, Gaza City reeling after at least 471 people were killed by a bomb that hit a hospital in the middle of the city. Israel is blaming Hamas. Hamas is blaming Israel. That's according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. ABC's Inez Delicatero reports the president is in Israel, our president, and he is promising already more support from the U.S.
President Biden meeting with Israeli families who were victims of the Hamas terror attack, along with first responders today in Tel Aviv, listening to their harrowing stories from the front lines.
I come to Israel with a single message. You're not alone.
The president speaking from Israel after also meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the two hugging as Biden stepped off of Air Force One upon landing in Israel, expressing support for each other.
The world will know that Israel is stronger than ever.
We see that support in your steadfast commitment to provide Israel with the tools we need to defend ourselves. We see that support in the clear message you've sent our enemies not to test our resolve.
The president's visit comes at a pivotal moment in the war. Israel poised for a potential ground invasion into Gaza after Hamas terrorists slaughtered more than 1,400 people. And in Gaza, the death toll on the rise. Almost 500 people killed at Baptist Hospital in a devastating explosion Tuesday. Israel Defense Forces blaming a misfired rocket from another terror group, Islamic Jihad. But Palestinian officials claim it was an Israeli airstrike.
I was outraged and saddened by the enormous loss of life yesterday in the hospital in Gaza. Based on the information we've seen to date, it appears the result of an errant rocket fired by a terrorist group in Gaza.
The hospital tragedy was in an area Israel urged Palestinians to evacuate from. But no matter the reality of who was responsible, protests against Israel have erupted around the Arab and Muslim worlds outside American and Israeli embassies. Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas canceling his meeting with Biden and the leaders of Jordan and Egypt, declaring 3 days of mourning. Israel urging Palestinians in Gaza to head even further south to an area they say will be safe and where they will receive critical supplies. As the humanitarian crisis there continues to grow, food, water, and fuel all running out.
Today, I'm also announcing $100 million in new U.S. funding for humanitarian assistance in both Gaza and the West Bank.
And while President Biden says the U.S.'s support for Israel is unwavering, the White House says he's also making it clear to Netanyahu that Israel must respect the rules of war. Inez Delicatero, ABC News, Tel Aviv.
As much as the Spurs and the Rockets may not like each other, they are sure getting to know each other this preseason. We'll explain coming up.
ERCOT leaders working on a new energy emergency plan for this winter season. They're potentially bringing some old technology back to life. We're going to take a look at what's on the table, including one that could put money back in your pocket.
If you're an air traveler, good news. The San Antonio International Airport adding new flights to and from Newark Liberty International in New Jersey.
Newark is one of the three main airports in the New York City area. Spirit has flown travelers to and from San Antonio there for about a year.
And now it'll add this new daily direct flight next April.
These cooler temperatures are welcomed relief from the long, hot, record-breaking summer, but now our attention is turning. Yeah, the winter cold is just around the corner, and we wonder whether ERCOT can be able to handle it.
Matt Houston with the steps the power grid operator wants to take and already has taken to make sure the heat stays on this winter.
In the winter, electricity demand is highest around 8 a.m. when Texans wake up and turn on the heater. The sun is still rising then, so solar panels can't rescue the power grid like they did so many times this summer.
We have a potential problem this winter because the market has not provided the level of dispatchable resources that that Texas needs.
If nothing changes, ERCOT estimates there's a 20% chance a cold blast like December's winter storm Elliott causes an electricity emergency.
There's been around 4 or so storms in the last 14 years or so that have been either similar or worse than a winter storm Elliott. So it's not something that's highly improbable to occur.
So ERCOT wants to improve its odds by taking a rare step. They formally asked generators to consider restarting power plants that are retired, including some polluters that have been offline for years.
Some of those won't be able to come back, and so we recognize that.
So they've also asked for new ideas that could reduce demand. That means more Texans will likely be paid to cut electricity usage this winter. ERCOT will sign off on these proposals in November. Fortunately, board members say this will be the first cold season since power plants have weatherized their equipment for specific low temperatures.
That was Matt Houston reporting. ERCOT, by the way, you may already know this, but it manages electric service for 90% of us Texans, so it's important. We don't want another issue as we had a couple of years ago.
Outside with live game. I don't think we have to worry about winter just yet. Apparently, we have to worry about the heat still.
Summer's coming back.
You know, I bet if you were to look at the energy usage today, it would be next to nothing. Because you can just open the windows. You don't need any AC, maybe a heater briefly in the morning, but it has been close to perfect. The aquifer up today, a tenth of a foot to 632.6 in your pollen count. We have low counts of everything, molds, ragweed, and pigweed. We're going to talk about some hot temperatures, some rain chances. It's going to be a pretty toasty weekend. That forecast is coming up.
I think the question of the day on SA Live needs to be something like, what Halloween candy you can no longer eat after eating way too much?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because I've had that.
Can you eat too much candy, though?
No.
According to the dentist, yes.
Well, but that keeps them in
according to your
business.
stomach, quite possibly.
I can't handle Reese's Pieces anymore because I just have eaten too many.
Okay. Well, we've got a different question, though. It's not Halloween until you watch what?
Ah, that's good. Well,
I don't do scary movies, so we're out of that one. I can't even answer
Really,
that.
Dan?
Really?
Nope.
You're a scaredy cat?
Yep.
I
Sure
didn't
am.
know that.
Not gonna watch.
What
scary
about you,
movies.
Ursula?
Nightmare on Elm Street. Never. And to be honest with you, The Shining. I read the book and saw the movie, and I'm just
Solid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we want you to scan that QR code and let us know. It's not Halloween until you watch.
That's a good question, though.
It is a good question.
And to paraphrase The Shining, here's SA Live. No. You like that?
Ooh, not bad, Mike.
Red Room.
Very
Oh, I
good.
have to do a whole hour with this guy. Okay.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. We're going to talk to you in a minute.
All right,
I think I
thanks.
saw a lot of Poltergeist one time, but
Oh, that's a bad one, too. What about you, Justin?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones. I love scary movies, but like The Conjuring or Saw, those are good ones.
Oh, Saw?
Yeah.
You know, my favorite scary is the commercial about the scary movies, where the guy's standing in the garage with the chainsaw, and the girl goes, "Why can't we just get in the car? No, let's run." And he goes, and he just takes his mask off and goes.
It is
That's
the
my
season.
favorite.
Yes, and we're getting closer to Halloween. I've had a lot of people ask, what does the weather look like? We don't know yet. We're not close
It can
enough.
be anything on Halloween.
This time of year, yes, we can get a little bit of everything. Today, we're getting beautiful weather. We start with the sunrise this morning. Another picture-perfect start to the day. We had temperatures in the 50s this morning here in San Antonio. Not quite as cold as yesterday morning. 73 right now. Mid-70s in New Braunfels and Seguin. Bernie's at 72. And notice relative humidity is still pretty low, but it's starting to come up. We're starting to notice dew points coming up thanks to some southerly winds. And these winds will be a little bit breezy today, 10 to 15 miles per hour. You'll see some gusts maybe up around 20 miles per hour, but starting to bring in a little bit more moisture. Not really enough to where you'll notice it, I think. Maybe tomorrow morning, briefly, you may notice a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere. 83 is the forecast high today, 80 in Fair Oaks Ranch, 80 in Kerrville, 84 in New Braunfels. Another really nice day, just a little warmer than yesterday. And there you look at the KSAT 12-hour forecast, hour by hour. By 8 p.m., we're down to 71, and then by this evening down into the 60s with that southerly wind continuing. Here is the setup. We've got a frontal boundary that's up across parts of the Panhandle. Notice there's no rain with it, and we won't get any rain with this. It won't cool us down either. All it does is usher in drier air. Out ahead of it, this is 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Out ahead of it, there could be just enough moisture there to get some brief patchy fog. That's it. And then the dry air moves back in for tomorrow afternoon. And in fact, with that dry air, it gets even warmer on Friday. So this is not a front that's going to do a whole lot for us. As we look at the dew point forecast, dry today, and we see those dew points build. And once we get into tomorrow morning, dew points near 60, and then it falls off again with the front. So you see the difference that front makes. Temperatures, 83, as we said today, 88 tomorrow, and 94 on Friday, believe it or not. Dry air, sunny skies. We've got kind of an upper-level ridge building in, and that could be a record. The old record is 92, set back in 1979. We could set a record on Saturday, too. Kind of hard to believe, right, after what has been a beautiful stretch here. We're going to hit a warm patch. Now, we'll tell you, beyond that, it cools back down again, so this is hopefully just a small period that we're in this area of record highs. Now we got to go down to the Pacific. Look at this. This is Norma, very good looking storm, very healthy looking when you look at the satellite picture. We know this is strengthening. Winds are at 70 miles per hour. I wouldn't be surprised by next update if this is a hurricane. It's moving north. It'll move north slowly. It could become a major hurricane and then weaken some as it moves towards Mexico. This is Monday. At least the Hurricane Center thinks it'll be near this position by Monday. And the question becomes, could we see some of this moisture? It's the time of year where a lot of times some of this Pacific moisture gets pulled up into Texas out ahead of storm systems. And I think it is possible this go around. So that Pacific moisture will start to work in, say, Tuesday into Wednesday. It kind of gets squeezed in here and across South Texas. And so we'll bring some rain chances in by early to middle part of next week. Just a heads up there. So as you look at the extended forecast, 88 tomorrow, 94 as we said on Friday. Warm over the weekend, but more clouds on Sunday. And then we'll start to add in the rain chances. Morning lows go back to being in the 60s and 70s. So we'll say goodbye to these crisp, beautiful mornings. They'll be back at some point, but not in the 7-day forecast.
All right. We'll take the weekend. Thank you, Justin.
The Cowboys can breathe a little easier as they head into their bye week this weekend, and the Texans get a week off before their surprise run continues. Coming up.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Hey, the Cowboys got what they needed Monday night in L.A. against the Chargers. It was big for two reasons. One, coming off that horrible loss of the 49ers, and they're headed into a bye week. Not to mention Dak Prescott was coming off a career worst last week against the 49ers. Prescott turned things around Monday night, made plenty of big plays against the Chargers. He went 21-30 for 272 yards. The biggest stat, no picks. Most of those incompletions were to Michael Gallup, though. Dak also able to extend plays, even had a running TD. You saw there, he racked up 40 yards on the ground. He impressed some of his main supporters as well.
I think he did pretty good, making plays out of the pocket, moving around, using his legs, trying to make plays.
That guy can run all over the field. He can make plays with his arms and his legs. So to be able to see that tonight, was definitely huge for our team.
People are going to be critical of him regardless. And that's just, what the star is. And we were talking about it earlier. But just understanding the situation and the team that we have. We're a very resilient group. And we live to play for the next, our brothers next to us. Doing our 111 is the main thing that we can do, and for us to lock in together and, for all of us to do our 111, it ends up victorious.
All right, so after the bye, Dallas's next two matchups, the 3-3 Rams, then, look at that one, it's the 5-1 Philadelphia Eagles. That's in November 5th. And the Houston Texans are galloping right into their bye week, feeling pretty good after a win. And rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud, who has given this team a huge spark. The 22-year-old looked like a veteran most of the time, playing poised, consistent. He has led the Houston surprising team to a 3-3 record. In Sunday's win against the Saints, Stroud's record-breaking streak of no interceptions came to an end, though. But he did finish with 199 yards passing and 2 touchdowns and a win. In a span of 2 weeks, the San Antonio Spurs and Houston Rockets will have played each other 3 times between the preseason and regular season. We saw the first of 3 matchups go down on Monday night. Despite being meaningless preseason game, there was no love lost between the 2 franchises.
I think there already is a rivalry. I think we want to win every game we play against them. We want to, beat them. So I think it definitely will be. And I know they have a bunch of players who, want to get under people's skin and, want to play hard too. So I feel like, there will be some heads that will clash sometimes. But, it is what it is. That's the game.
Oh, I love that. Some crashing heads with the Rockets. That rivalry is going on for a long time. Hakeem Olajuwon days. So Jeremy Sohan just getting in on that. The Southwest Division rivals will tip off at 7 inside the Frost Bank Center before the 2 meet for an early regular season game. That's coming up on October 27th, also here at the Frost Bank Center. Hey, Becky Hammon's Las Vegas Aces 1 win away from back-to-back WNBA championships. They're up 2-1 in their series against the New York Liberty. Hammond was made comparisons between this year's Aces team to the 2014 Spurs team that she was part of as an assistant coach. Hammond says the 2 played unselfish and committed to winning. The Aces will have to dig deep after losing Game 3 along with 2 of their star players.
All I've said is we just need to continue to be who we are. That's it. We continue to be who we are. This group's been, forged out of adversity. They weren't put together based on super team expectations. They sucked for a long time. So they've been through those thin years. They've earned this moment. They've earned this opportunity. And so now it's just on us to go grab it.
Got to love an honest coach. Game 4 of the best of 5 is tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN. We're taking baseball as well tonight. It's the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros tonight, too. So,
man, that one's
going on.
Yeah. Texas sports.
Yep.
All right, the IRS planning to launch a new program that could save you money during the tax season. We have details on this plan. It's just a plan right now in the next half hour.
Also new today at 5, a couple losses their child to an accident at their home. How they were able to turn tragedy into a purpose. The specialized home designed to teach parents to see potential safety risks in their homes. That's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.